Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this afternoon's game. We have got the Highland Park Gold team versus Alamo Heights in the first round of Sweet 16 here for the THSLL B Division playoff. Alamo Heights comes in with a record of 12-3. They are 8-0 in district. Their three losses were a 4-9 loss to Keller, and then a loss to Rockwall, who is a Division I team, and Dripping Springs, who is a Division I team. So this is a formidable foe. They are the number one seed out of the Central Division. They're just outside of San Antonio, as Alamo Heights. And your Highland Park Scots come in playing their best lacrosse of the season. They are actually healthy with the full complement of the roster for the first time this season. We've got Ford Blevins back. He's number 24. He's getting the start. He was our best defender the opening weekend at Jesuit and has had a back injury and has missed almost the entire season. He is a captain, but he is back, suited up, and looks like he's going to get the start tonight. And number 14, Owen Smith, who has been out with a knee injury for the last couple of weeks. He is back as well. He'll be wearing a knee sleeve on that right knee. Finn Zilke missed the last couple of weeks as well, banged up, but he is back. Hayes Hammock, number 8 defensive midi, is suited up and ready to go as well. So Highland Park Scots full strength. We've got Stephen Head in goal to start the game. Spencer Woolery out to take the face. And we are underway. So Alamo Heights wins early on. That's Finn Zelke out to pressure the face-off man. That is number 21, Damon Garza. Big, strong kid there, able to win the face-off. And Alamo Heights begins to get their offensive personnel in, and the opening set is underway. Davis Buckroyd out to guard the ball on the near side. Thompson Brainer, 11, another one of your starting defensemen tonight. And Owen Smith back there. This is Thompson Brainer. Luke Rudder comes in, and it's going to be a goal for Alamo Heights. So Alamo Heights off a nice little set piece there, coming across the middle, able to catch and finish. Again, it's these pieces haven't all played together here this year, so we may have a little bit of rust early on. I'd expect the defense to gel together and get stronger as the day moves along. Ford Blevins is running the LSM. That's 24 on the far side wing. Finn stays on your near side, short side winger as well. Ball is up. That should be a push. That is a push on Alamo Heights. Finn Zelke brings it into the near side, and he autos off. And our offensive middies come on for the first time in the game. That is Benton Gordon, number 9. Of course, number 5, Corbin Gray. And it looks like Grady Gearing is going to be running out of the box to begin with. Again, Grady, 38, plays both attack and offensive midi for the Highland Park Scots here. He's left-handed. He likes to work on that left wing. There's a push there. And it looks like the close side referee is going to call a push on that pass there. The Alamo Heights player was on Miller's back. So, again, it's a push there. Reset of the shot clock. Ball retains with the Scotties as they work it around. Grady Gearing. So, Alamo Heights is in a zone. Alamo Heights has come out with a zone. It's befuddled the Scots there a little bit on that first possession. They looked a little uncomfortable, but they've got experience with the zone. I'm sure there's a little bit of nerves, and they'll get that worked out here. Good ride by Highland Park. Scots by Miller Merritt there. Forces a ball into the middle. Ground ball coming. Loose ball. Again, it's still loose. And it looks like they're going to have Highland Park came up with the ball. Looks like they're going to call a hold on Highland Park, so the ball is going to get sent back to the Alamo Heights. This is Ford Blevins out to guard the ball. You can see him kind of stretching and trying to loosen that back up. He's had some work here at practice, but again, I'm sure he is pretty sore here just starting his season, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. They called a penalty. Not sure who that's on. Oh, it was on Miller. So Miller is in the box. Highland Park takes it away. Big hit there. Thompson Brainer gets up. It's pushed there again. Looks like the referees are going to let them play a little bit today. Pass into the middle. Shot off the post. And they are calling the Alamo Heights player in the crease. So that shot went off the crease. The Alamo Heights player was in the crease. That ball went off the post. So Highland Park with the ball. Thompson Brainer moving up, gets by his man. He's got a man back. Check comes out, and that's going to go back to Alamo Heights. So Alamo Heights, big, strong, physical team, and they're showing their physical presence here early in the game. Highland Park is going to have their hands full here physically. They're going to have to out-lacrosse them. They're not going to be able to out-push them. They're not going to be able to outrun them. So they're going to have to out-lacrosse them. So we'll see how the Scotties do moving forward. Again, they're still man down here. So these are tough clears with us being a man down. Here goes Thompson. He's able to clear it across. He's got a man, Benton Gordon, there. Gets it over to him. Finn autos off. Offensive middies. That's Corbin Gray coming over your midfield line. We're one midfielder short here. We only have 5 on because we are. And here comes our 6th man here. Here's Benton Gordon moving it down. That is Thomas Kaufman, number 21, moving in. Open on the far side, calling for the ball. Gets to him. Thomas is going to have a dodge. The double comes. They move it over to Woods. First time for Woods to get the ball in his stick. That should be a trip with possession, and it is. There goes the flag. It is still live. Highland Park with the possession. Ball is still live, and now it is blown down. Penalty in effect. Highland Park will go up onto their man up. So the ball was loose there. The flag was down. The ball was loose. And as long as Highland Park retains possession or picks up the ball, then they can continue to play with the free play. As soon as Alamo Heights gain possession of the ball, that flag goes into effect. So in essence, Highland Park had a free play, able to get a shot off there just high over the crossbar. And so it looks like it's a 1-minute trip with possession penalty. Scotties move in for their first man-up opportunity of the game. Corbin Gray wheeling around to Harbison, shoots it down. That was Andrew Gerstenhaber with the shot and the rebound. So good look for the Highland Park Scots to start with. Grady Gearing with an absolute left-handed rocket puts it in the top left corner. Your Highland Park Scots have tied the score up 1-1. So Grady Gearing getting the first line midi shifts out of the box and the man-up opportunity makes instant dividends. Able to put that one in on the upper left-hand side off the post. Beautiful rocket, lefty from Grady Gearing. And certainly just what the Highland Park Scots needed here with 6:58 left to go in the quarter. Spencer Woolery out to take the face. That's J.D. Pierce on the far side. And he is able to come up with the ground ball. Sends it over the top. Finn Zelke not quite able to corral that ball. Turnover, Highland Park Scots. And Alamo Heights steps out of bounds. Highland Park Scots looking to get early offense. Nothing doing there for Woods Harbison. Gersten Haber with the ball. And a very short bench here for the Highland Park Scots offensively to start the game. We've got Benton Gordon back in, Grady Gearing, and number 5, Corbin Gray. Woods to operate behind X, up the right side. Gersten Haber able to keep that ball in. Good dodge by Miller there. This is a zone, but they are extending out on the zone. So most zones, they pack in very tight. It looks like Alamo Heights is going to play a very aggressive zone. You can see it's a zone, but they're pushing out all the way to the numbers. That's going to give Highland Park the opportunity to dodge. If they start to move the ball back and forth quickly, with that zone getting extended, they'll be able to find some holes. It's just a matter of them moving the ball faster than Highland Park can run. So there's Woods running back through X, asking for a pick. Two seconds left on the clock, and they dump it. Highland Park dumps it. Good play by Benton Gordon there, well aware of the shot clock, unable to get a shot, so dumps it. Allows the defense to sub in. We got Davis Buckroyd, the short stick D-midi on the far side. And we got John McHugh in for the... No, I'm sorry. That is John McHugh doing what John does. Absolutely. That should be playing without your stick. But it is not. The ref says play on. So the player lost his... There is a good play by John McHugh. He is absolutely causing havoc over there like John McHugh does. So the player lost his stick. The ball was in his stick. That should have been blown dead, and it should have been Highland Park ball. The referees did not see it that way and requested a play on, in which they did. 36 seconds left to go on the shot clock. That's Thompson Brainer out, providing a lot of pressure on that far side. And Highland Park Scots looking much more confident defensively here, extending their pressure out. Looks like they are getting comfortable with the speed and the physicality of Alamo Heights, which is certainly a good sign here. Ball is down again. Luke Rudder over there. Highland Park Scots still trying to pick it up. That's a hold again. They're holding his stick. Physical game, but Highland Park Scots hold with an excellent defensive possession there, forcing the shot clock violation. So it looks like Alamo Heights is going to be very, very physical during this game. They are going to push, they're going to hold, they're going to pinch, they're going to claw, and it's going to be up to Highland Park Scots to match that physicality. Great outlet pass there by Stephen Head over the top. Gets it to Grady Gearing. Certainly one of the players who the second half of the season just continues to get better game by game and is really becoming one of the offensive threats here for the Highland Park Scots. A big, strong, athletic lefty, someone who's going to play a big part for the Scotties moving forward in all different levels. Here is Woods Harbison coming down on the X, working behind. Sending it up to Gersten Haber and over to Corbin Gray. Moving around, our resident lefty over here, Miller Merritt. Dancing on that left side. Corbin Gray moving it here to Gersten Haber. So good ball movement here by the Scotties. It's moving quickly, and they're starting to find zones and holes. And that is a cut by Corbin Gray and a pass that came through the middle, unable to connect on that pass. There was a little bit of contact. The referee put his hand up. I thought maybe a call was coming. That was the delay, but no call there. Good ride by Highland Park Scots, but Alamo able to break it and sub on their offensive package. That's Hayes Hammock, number 8 out there. And Davis Buckroyd, number 4, is our short stick defensive middies. Looks like they're going to take a run at Hayes. Hayes may be the fastest player on the team. Big, strong 6'1" freshman who can run like the wind. Has no trouble forcing him down the alley there. Luke Rudder out. It's his turn to get pressured. Holds up well. Nothing working there. Alamo Heights swings it around. Davis Buckroyd creating pressure. The short stick's holding up very well for the Highland Park Scots early in this offensive possession. 16 seconds left to go for the shot clock. They're working on the far side. That's a moving screen. Highland Park with the turnover. Hayes Hammock with the ball. And here he goes. Hayes can really fly. Has no trouble moving it into the midfield. Man coming on. Miller's in a little bit of trouble there. May have been a push in the back. It is a push in the back, so Highland Park is going to retain possession. Miller holding aside there a little bit. He got popped right in the kidneys pretty well. But looks like he's up and okay. Good to see. And that's Gerstenhaber down to Woods. Highland Park looking to be aggressive and early action. Moving it around. Looking much more comfortable here on the offensive zone, understanding what they're wanting to do. Moving it through X. Here's Gerstenhaber with the pass into Woods Harbison. Good ground ball there by Corbin Gray. Excellent job by Gerstenhaber to keep that ball alive after the deflection. This is Corbin Gray into the middle. Woods unable to connect there with it. Into the crease, Woods goes. So, no, I'm sorry, that was not Woods. That may have been Gerstenhaber. No, I'm sorry, that's Grady Gearing, I believe that was ended up in the crease. Either way, it is Alamo Heights ball with 37 seconds left to go. Looks like they're going to come back and hold it for the final shot of the quarter. All tied up at 1. Davis Buckroyd and Finn Zelke, your short stick D middies. And that is John McHugh over there as your LSM. Meets the Dodger. Able to get his stick in there and forces the turnover. Your Highland Park Scots hold here. We'll see if they send it up. They do. There's about 10 seconds left. 6 seconds now. Miller trapped on the corner. Able to... We are offsides. 1.7 seconds left. It looks like they were going for a quick reset. They did not get it. So they have to go back to the 32-yard line. Here's the final heave. And falls harmlessly out of bounds. So you are all tied up at 1-1, Highland Park Scots and the Alamo Heights. We will be back to start the second quarter. Welcome back here to the start of the second quarter at Parrish High School. The Alamo Heights from San Antonio won. Highland Park Scots Gold won. We are all tied up. The Alamo Heights came out and scored on the opening possession. We're really outplaying the Scotties physically, pushing them around a little bit and getting whatever they wanted early on the first quarter. The Scots have done a great job adjusting to that physicality, adjusting to the speed, matching that intensity, and have won the second half of the first quarter. So let's see how this continues to play on. Again, your Scotties are a young team here, mostly freshmen and sophomore. Oh. That was a big collision there by Finn Zelke and another one of the Alamo Heights players. Finn's helmet came off, and so he's going to have to come out of the game. They have a new player coming in. Finn looks to be okay. Alamo Heights in possession of the ball here. Defensively, that's Davis Buckroyd with the ball. Double comes over there by Thompson Brainer. Forces an errant pass. Luke Rudder coming and forcing almost an over and back. The double team comes. That's Hutch Brooker scooping up the ball. Hutch playing short stick for us, our resident Swiss Army knife. Shot is high and wide, and that is back up by Owen Smith. So great play there by the Highland Park Scots. Defensively, looks like our clear went up to the midfield, and I'm not sure that Hutch ever saw that ball. We've got our offensive middies on the field here. At least Benton Gordon, number 9, is on the field. Alamo Heights is setting up their offense. Big dodge down the right-hand side. Step and a shot. Save by Stephen Head. Into the middle to Davis Buckroyd. Up there to Benton Gordon. Pass a little bit behind him. Unable to complete that clear. Again, a costly turnover here by Highland Park. That's 2 in a row that Highland Park has gotten good stops on the defensive end and been unable to clear the ball. When you're playing a team that's a little bit stronger than you, a little bit faster than you, it's never a great thing to continue to have to play on the defensive end multiple times. You want to give your defense as much break as you can, and Alamo Heights is continuing to pressure, and that is a great back check there by J.D. Pierce, number 10, up there to Luke Rudder. Luke is in a little bit of trouble. Ball is down on that ride. It's still down. And it's going to be a push. Alamo Heights retains possession of the ball. So this is the 4th consecutive possession that Highland Park is on defense. We'll see if they're able to convert, and they finally are able to get one inside the goal there. So, again, the failure to clear here really hurting the Highland Park Scots. That was 3 failures to clear, and when you give a team like Alamo Heights as physically strong and fast as they are, 4 straight attempts to come down and score, typically bad things will happen. Spencer Woolery is out to take the face-off. Won by Alamo Heights. Owen Smith out to meet the Alamo Heights player. That's number 14. Excuse me, that was number 21, Damon Garza. He's their face-off man. Big, strong, powerful player. Good job by Owen Smith forcing him down the wing, away from the goal. And Highland Park on. Defensively, Davis Buckroyd, number 4, and John McHugh out. That's John providing excellent defense, and Stephen Head with another wonderful stop. So Stephen Head is having an excellent game. Finds Benton Gordon right through the middle on the clear. He's got a step coming in, fires it, and the Alamo Heights goalie able to stop that one and clear it into the middle. Ball was down for a moment, but Alamo Heights able to keep possession. They are offsides. The referee did not call that. We're up here in a bird's nest 30 yards above the stadium, or I should say 30 feet above the stadium, so we've got a good view here at the offsides. It's certainly harder to see when you're on a referee on the field going back and forth with the players. That is a moving screen. So Highland Park with possession of the ball. Davis Buckroyd to bring it in. He has a safety, Stephen Head. Looks like he's going to use him right there in the middle. Over to Luke Rudder. Coming into the middle. Tough pass there for Anthony Dewhurst. Unable to corral that ball. Defensive players coming in. That's Owen Smith running a little LSM for the Highland Park Scots. Thomas Kaufman and Davis Buckroyd. Ball is down. Good slide there by Highland Park. Up there to Thompson Brainer. Highland Park has got numbers. Over to Grady, over to Miller, who shoots it. Unable to put it past the goalie. Highland Park wins the runout. Highland Park ball. So they said that was a shot. It was a continuation of the shot, and nobody had possession of the ball, so Highland Park is going to retain the ball. So what happened there is there was a shot by Miller Merritt. And so Miller shot the ball. It was deflected by the goalie, and it started bouncing behind the goal. So Woods Harbison and the Alamo Heights player were jockeying back and forth for it. No one had possession of the ball as it rolled out of bounds. The rule is the person closest to the ball when and where it rolls out after a shot retains possession. So in that instance, Woods Harbison was closest to the ball, so the Highland Park Scots will retain possession. We've got a timeout here called by Highland Park. It looks like they're going to settle things down. Spencer Parks is probably telling his boys to just relax here. They're right in the game, 2-1. It's been a little bit of a frenetic start to the second quarter. A little bit sloppy for the Highland Park Scots and ended up costing them a goal. But again, 2-1 game. The Scotties right where they want to be against the number 1 seed of the Central. We're going to take this moment and we are going to thank Vista Bank. Vista Bank is our title sponsor for the Highland Park Scots 2025 season. Absolutely fantastic local bank. Entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912. Could not do it without you, Vista Bank, so thank you very much. Looks like play is going to resume here for the Scots. 6:24 to go. Highland Park will have the ball. There is a reset of the shot clock. So your Highland Park Scots here. Bring it into the far side. Corbin Gray moving it over there to Miller Merritt. Down to Grady Gearing, working on the left side. Had a little bit of a alley, decided to pull it out. That's Woods on the far side. Over there to Grady, back to Benton Gordon. Corbin Gray. We haven't seen a shot yet for Corbin. I'd expect him to get involved here pretty soon, and this could be it. And there's a shot, and a flag is coming down. So your Highland Park Scots are going to get to go man up. There's going to be a slash. Highland Park Scots over here. Man up, opportunity, moving it around. Wheel comes around. Nobody up top there. Our spacing was a little bit tight. It looks like they regained their shape here. That's Benton Gordon, number 9, in the middle. There he is. Catches, shot, and saved by Alamo Heights. So good offensive possession for the Scotties. Got exactly what they wanted, which was Benton Gordon. Right there into the middle. Looks like 41 Finn Zelke is okay and back out on the field after taking that hit and the helmet coming off. It's good to see. JD Pierce, number 10, your LSM out to meet looks like Alamo Heights here. I heard a whistle. The referee turned around, and it looks like we have got a timeout here called by Alamo Heights. So 39 seconds left to go on the shot clock. And the Scotties down 2-1. We'll be back after this. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have got 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go here in the second quarter of your Highland Park Gold team. Alamo Heights had called a timeout there. Looks like they're going to set up in their offensive possession. Highland Park Scots in their typical pressure defense, extending out to the numbers on the far sides. Out to the end lines. Ball, skip pass, goes harmlessly through the middle. 15 seconds left to go on the clock. That's Owen Smith guarding the ball. There's a switch. And Stephen Head with an excellent save there. Luke Rudder forced the rollback. The Alamo Heights player able to just get to the inside. But the Highland Park Scots turn the ball over again. It is loose. Davis Buckroyd picks up the ground ball. Looking to go back to Stephen Head. So it was a failure to clear there. They said that Alamo Heights did not have possession of the ball. They said nobody was able to retain that ground ball possession. So the shot clock was not reset. So therefore your clear clock was not reset. So the Highland Park Scots turn it over again on the about the fourth time here this quarter on the ride. So we've talked about that earlier in the quarter. We'll have to see how this plays out here throughout the game. But Scotty's holding up well here. Big shot by number 34. It went over the top. That was Robert Mickler. Big righty there. Step down shot. Sweeping dodge all the way across. You've got the double team coming, unable to get that trail check. And a good little pop check there by Finn Zelke. Held up well and was able to pry that ball loose. Stephen Head working himself up. Right into the middle. That's Thompson Brainer, who shoots it and sticks it in the top right corner. Number 11, freshman Thompson Brainer, doing his best Ben Boyer impersonation, coming down from the ESB game the other night, coming down and sticks it in the top right corner. Your Highland Park Scots have tied it up 2-2. So excellent defensive play there by Finn Zelke on the near side here on the defensive side, able to pop that ball loose. Stephen Head calmly works the ball up. Successful clear to Thompson Brainer, who puts it in the top right corner. Your Scotties battling back against the number 1 seed, Alamo Heights. Spencer Woolery with the face-off. Unable to win that possession. Man coming in. Flag is coming down. It looks like Owen Smith was still chopping at wood there. Didn't realize the shot had come off. That may be a tall check. There's no such thing as a tall check, but a high check. There, high cross check. Looks like he just got up around the helmet area. We'll see who they call that penalty on. Looks like it's tough to see. I think it may be J.D. Pierce, number 10, but not positive there. Nope, it is not. It is on 29, Luke Rudder. So Luke Rudder is into the box, and J.D. Pierce has been released from the box. It's a 30-second penalty here. So for those watching the shot clock at home, when it hits 50 seconds, assuming there's not a reset, we will be released. Alamo Heights moving it around. Thompson Brainer able to get a stick on the ball and put that on the ground momentarily. 13 seconds left in the... Good job here by the Highland Park Scots. They were sniff that wheel out there. The wheel is when you have more guys kind of rotating around than defenders in a circular motion. And Highland Park Scots able to stop that one. And penalty was released. Davis Buckroyd came flying up from the midfield, forcing the errant pass. Here's Owen Smith, who has got some room. He's got real estate. Benton Gordon stays back for the Scotties. Owen Smith continues to push forward. Over to Finn Zelke, who draws the penalty. Finn able to hold on to the ball and get it over to Miller Merritt for the Scots. Your Scotties have a free play here. This is Benton Gordon, number 9, with the ball. Our first line middies, Grady Gearing sets the pick. Over there to Miller, back to Gordon, who puts it in. And the flag. We have got 2 flags on the play. The second flag is definitely going to be a push in the back after the shot. So that should be a dead ball foul. We're going to see if the first one gets waved off or not. It could be a high cross-check there. The referees are going to sort this out. Give us just a minute here. The Highland Park Scots may retain possession here and go directly onto the man-up opportunity. We'll have to see what it is that the referee call. Right now, both sides have brought out their face-off units.
By number 9.
Your Scots are up 3-2. All right, one of the penalties is waved off. So the first penalty was waved off. The second penalty, which was a push in the back, was a cross-check in the back, was not waved off. So if you notice, there is no Alamo Heights player on the near side wing here. So if the Scots are able to retain this ball and win this face-off, they're going to get another man-up opportunity. If they lose it, the Alamo Heights players are going to have to play 5v6. Here is a big win by Spencer Woolery. Ground ball. Won there by Benton Gordon, who moves it over into midfield. Check is down. Alamo Heights is really pressing out here. Miller Merritt gets it. Benton Gordon over there to Corbin Gray, and the Scotties have settled in. So there is about 20 seconds off of the 1-minute penalty. So when we get down to a total of 20 seconds left in the clock is when we'll go 6-on-6. But your Highland Park Scots are up 3-2. It is halftime. So when we return, the Scots are going to start the ball in the middle of the third quarter, or the beginning of the third quarter with the ball. Since they are man up now with the ball, they will start the third quarter with the ball, man up here for 33 seconds. And we will be back after this halftime break. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 2.5 minutes here to go in halftime before the start of the third quarter. So when we start the third quarter, Highland Park is going to have the ball. They're going to be in a man-up situation, playing 6-on-5, and there'll be 53 seconds left on the shot clock. So the man-up opportunity started there at the face-off. So about 27 seconds have run off of the 1 minute man-up opportunity. So when the shot clock gets down to 20 seconds, that's when you know that the Alamo Heights player is going to be released. So Highland Park Scots here have roughly 23 seconds. If I'm doing my math right. No, I'm sorry. They'll have 33 seconds. Excuse me. They'll have 33 seconds here in the man-up opportunity. So I would expect them to get into their set quickly. You're probably looking at spinning the ball once or twice and then looking for your first available good shot. So Stephen Head had an excellent first half for goal for the Highland Park Scots. Stephen and Mac Brooker have shared goalkeeping duties, 50-50, one half and one half in every game of the Highland Park Scots D2 season this year. And this game is going to be no different. 16, Mac Brooker, he's a lefty, is in the goal here to start the second half. Corbin Gray out on the near side, number 5, is going to bring the ball in to play for the Scotties. You've got Gerson Haber, number 2, on the far side. Up top, you got Miller on the far side. Benton Gordon in the middle. That's Woods Harbison and Grady Gearing, their 38, who just picked up the ball. And pass goes over the end line. It's going to call over and back. So the Highland Park Scots turn the ball over. And Alamo Heights is in there. And Mac Brooker with a welcome to the game. Popcorn stop there, point blank. So excellent start for Mac Brooker. It is so important for these goalies to see the first ball go into their stick and not into their net. The confidence grows, their reaction grows, and it's just one of those saves are contagious. Just like offensively, goals are contagious. When a goal scorer starts to see that ball get past the goalie, their confidence goes, their shots quicken up, all of those sort of things. So great to see Mac Brooker with the first great save of the second half. Here's Corbin Gray. Miller. Ball is deflected there, and looks like Grady Gearing is going to get off the field to try and get the short stick on. Ball trickles in. Good play there by Owen Smith. Number 14 came over, met the passer, did not get a penalty there. Did a great job at meeting the ball when it came into that player's stick. Did a nice check. Mac was able to pick the ball up there, so good defensive play. Unfortunately, there on the clear, another failed clear for the Highland Park Scots. So that was a hot bounce pass there between Mac Brooker and Corbin Gray, and those two just not able to link up. We've got John McHugh, 12 in. Finn Zelke, 41, is your short stick, and Corbin Gray stayed on the field there. He's going to take a defensive possession there. Number 5 is your other short stick, and he's got the ball. So that pass went over the top of the Alamo Heights player. Corbin able to pick the ball up and move it safely into the offensive zone. He's got a seam. I thought maybe he might take it in. He just ran about 60 yards, though, and wisely chooses to back it out. Anthony Dewhurst for the second time in the ball game today. That's Miller Merritt working on the left side. Woods Harbison dancing on this right side. He's got the corner. Shot and save by the Alamo Heights goalie. Alamo Heights able to successfully clear the ball over. Corbin Gray is still on the field, so he's had an extremely long shift here. Davis Buckroyd, your short stick D-Mitty on the far side. Corbin Gray able to push down that alley. They're going to switch over there. Corbin and Thompson doing a really good job. Corbin needed a blow. That's going to be over and back on the Highland Park on the Alamo Heights. And the Scotties are back in business, moving it forward. Davis Buckroyd. He's got a long stick on him. Able to stay on the ball there. Woods Harbison safely into his stick. Woods is our little jitterbug here on the right side. Very quick. That's a good spot to put that ball when you're in trouble. And Alamo Heights able to get that ball loose. Good ride there by Andrew Gerstenhaber. He's continuing to fight for the ball. The ball is down. There's about 4 seconds left. 3, 2, and that's going to be a failure to clear. Highland Park ball. What a play by Andrew Gerstenhaber. So an absolute tremendous ride there. So there's more than one way that an attackman can affect the game positively. On that one, Gerstenhaber hasn't put the ball in the net yet for a goal in this game. But he was able to get an excellent ride on the Alamo Heights and earn the Highland Park Scots another possession. So just like we talked about the Scots giving up clear possessions, there the offense helps themselves out and gets themselves another possession. Great sign for the Highland Park Scots here in the third quarter. There's Woods. Alamo Heights player taps him on the head. That's going to be a slash in the head. Benton Gordon into the middle. Woods Harbison into the middle. Woods gives it to Grady Gearing, who shot it and just was not able to put it in. But those were two excellent passes. One by Miller Merritt, who hit Benton Gordon. Gordon shot it wide. Then Wood Harbison picked it up, and he hit a cutting Grady Gearing coming down the middle, who was able to catch it and put a shot on goal. Unable to get it past the goalkeeper, but an excellent offensive possession for the Highland Park Scots. Alamo Heights gets called for a 1-minute slash penalty. So the Scotties here are in position to potentially stuff another one in the goal here. They've got a minute to work it around. Woods Harbison behind, up to Corbin Gray. Moving around, Cutter's coming down the middle. That's Miller over there to Gordon. Ball is on the ground. Miller's giving chase. Alamo Heights able to pick that ball up. We'll see if they can clear it out of here. This is number 21. We've called his name a bunch. This is their face-off midi, Damon Garza. A really good looking athlete. He's their face-off man. He's also, looks like he's their man down short stick midi. So Alamo Heights able to successfully clear the ball and kill off the penalty. The offensive player enters the zone there. That's number 11 who just got the ball. We're 6-on-6. Damon is going to auto off the field there. And now we have 6-on-6. It looks like Alamo Heights is ready to go. Quick slide there by Thompson Brainer. Cutter's coming through the middle. Highland Park converges, and Mac Brooker with another excellent save for your Highland Park Scots. Mac's out there with the ball. It's a high pass to Finn Zelke, who passes it. He gets it over to Corbin Gray. It's hard physical game here. Certainly could have been a couple of penalties there called. Shot goes wide. And play is stopped. So we've got 2 players down. Finn Zelke on the defensive side, he's going to jog off. And we've got Corbin Gray on the offensive side. He's going to jog off too. So both players are down. Corbin Gray is hopping gingerly. It looks like it's his ankle. And it looks like Finn is up. May have been something on his lower body there. So, unfortunate situation there by the Highland Park Scots. Play is stopped. Looks like they're getting everybody off the field. Play is back. We're playing 6-on-6 here. The Scotties up 3-2. Owen Smith out. John McHugh now out. Shot comes in. Mac Brooker with another save. Another excellent save from Mac Brooker. Certainly looks to be seeing the ball well today. Ball is down in the middle. And it looks like they called him in the crease. Thompson slips there, but able to get it to Mack. Up to Thompson, over to Anthony Dewhurst, moving down the right-hand side, gets it into Grady Gearing, passes it over to Andrew Gerstenhaber, over to Woods, and the run out is by Grady Gearing on the far side. So the Highland Park Scots retain possession. There's no shot clock reset. The referees have now called for a stoppage of play, and now they allow them to play again. Alamo Heights into their usual zone defense, extended pressure zone. Thomas Kaufman there, able to pick up the rebound. And Alamo Heights causes a turnover on the far side of the ball. And the Scotties have their ride back on. Davis Buckroyd out to meet the ball carrier, causing all sorts of pressure on him. Alamo Heights slow to sub here, about 30 seconds gone in the game. They finally get their offensive personnel on. Don't seem to be in a big rush. Davis Buckroyd out to meet him. Luke Rudder gets his stick on the ball. The ball is still down. Thompson Brainer able to pick up the ball. Ball is now loose, picked up by Finn Zelke, looking for help. And Highland Park Scots with the ball. Finn sends it over to Benton Gordon, safely into his hands, and the offensive middies are on the field. That is Grady Gearing with the ball on the near side. Gerstenhaber with the pick. Woods Harbison working on his usual spot down here on the near side. Dewhurst giving him some help at the top. All alone. Dodging down the right-hand side. Miller Merritt working on the island. Gerstenhaber with the spin move to Woods, unable to complete that catch. Gerstenhaber battling 1-on-2 down there. Another turnover for your Highland Park Scots. So their third or fourth turnover of the game, of the quarter here offensively. Just not quite put together there offensively. A lot of turnovers, putting a lot of pressure on this defensive unit. Looks like the defensive unit is going to be set with Benton Gordon, number 9 there, and Anthony Dewhurst on the defensive side of the ball. This is Anthony picking up the ball. This is Damon Garza again, splits the double team, passes it over. That's Owen Smith giving chase, and it's Highland Park ball. So your Highland Park Scots able to cause another turnover. Really good defensive possession here for the Scotties. Thompson Brainer running out of real estate a little bit. Uses his safety man, Brooker, who hits Benton Gordon. No, that's Grady Gearing coming out of the box like a bat out of a cave, 100 miles an hour. It gets a good look, sends it over the top. This is Woods on the near side. And the Highland Park Scots are back in business. Grady Gearing working on the left side. Big checks there by the Alamo Heights defense over to Thomas Kaufman. Woods working on the right side. Sends it back to Grady. 35 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time for the Scots. Pushing in Provy. Low pass, bounce pass. Thomas Kaufman gets pushed in the back. There's a loose ball fight for the Scotties. And your Highland Park Scots have turned it away. John McHugh is on, and that is going to end your third quarter. So Highland Park Scots up 3-2. So a scoreless third quarter for both teams. Excellent defense on both sides of the ball. The Scotties really putting a lot of pressure on their defensive side of the ball. Their typical signature defense, pushing out, applying pressure, and relying on the help side slides if you get beat. And the Alamo Heights continuing to stay in their zone, but this is not a pack it in zone. This is not a I'll let you pass it around the outside. This is an extend out zone. Anytime a player has the ball, one of the Alamo Heights player has got a stick on his hand. So they're creating a lot of pressure for the Highland Park Scots, and there's been a lot of turnovers on both sides of the ball. Highland Park Scots certainly have had a few decent looks in that third quarter, and Alamo Heights really had 3 or 4 really good shots, and it was Mac Brooker who stepped up in that third quarter and has made a number of excellent saves to keep his stat sheet clean and keep your Highland Park Scots up by 1. So we're going to see here at the end of this game where we stand, but as it is right now, we have got a 12-minute game with your Scots with a 1-goal lead. Spencer Woolery, number 23, out to take our face-off. He's been our number 1 face-off man this year. He made All-State as a face-off man selection to Spencer Woolery. Certainly has been a pivotal part of this Scots team this year, and certainly a big part of their success, and we'll see how this last quarter goes. Freshman John McHugh and Finn Zelke on the wings. Both teams playing defensively on their face-off positions. Spencer Woolery wins it, gets it over to Finn Zelke, who's in a little bit of trouble, getting pushed. There is a flag down. The ball is still loose, and it is going to go against Alamo Heights. So Highland Park has earned itself a penalty. Good ground ball by Finn Zelke, getting swarmed there. Certainly a slash warranted there. Hard-earned penalty. A number of times that Finn has found himself on the bottom of the dog pile, and that is the second or maybe the third penalty that he has drawn this game. So good job there by Finn Zelke. Your Highland Park Scots are going to get an opportunity here for man up. Looks like it's a 30-second technical push. So not a lot of time up, but certainly an opportunity here to get a very big goal. If the Scots were able to punch one in here, it would do wonders and give their defense just a little bit of breathing room here in this defensive slugfest with Alamo Heights.
White, 21, 30 seconds.
So that push was on Damon Garza, number 21. He's been their most dominant player. Ball is down, and Highland Park Scots are giving chase to it. Right there on the sidelines, and it looks like it's going to be Highland Park ball. So the Scotties able to get a really good ride and get that ball back. Not much time left in this penalty. In fact, there it is. We are now all even, 6-on-6, but the Scots able to get that ball back. No shot clock reset, so 37 seconds on the clock. And again, that's that pressure that I was talking about. Anytime somebody's got the ball, there's an Alamo Heights player on his hands. And so it's going to be up to the Scots to be able to handle that pressure, to be able to dodge around and beat their guy and be able to pass through that pressure. Turnovers are going to be critical here to start the fourth quarter. Miller Merritt working on this near side, our resident lefty. There's another big check here. Benton Gordon coming through. Miller, ball slips out of his stick. Grady Gearing giving chase. He's going to have to get back into the defensive play here. Ball is loose. It's going to scatter all the way across. So Highland Park Scots able to get that ball back. There was an offensive possession there by the Heights. They threw away that pass, trying to hit a cutter in the middle. You could see the coach on the far side in disgust kick that ball about 30 yards. Luckily for us, there was another ball available to play. And your Highland Park Scots successfully clear the ball. Thompson Brainer gets it into the box, and your Highland Park Scots call timeout. We too are going to take a break, and we'll be back after this.
Timeout. Blue.
We are back here with 10 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the ball game. Highland Park with the ball, 67 seconds left to go in the shot clock. So each team is allowed 2 timeouts per half. That was the first timeout taken by Highland Park. Coach Parks didn't like something that he saw there. I'm sure it was just the frenetic pace of the Highland Park Scots on offense. Tried to settle them down and have them work the ball around. You can always move the ball faster than players can run. So there they go. There's the cutter into the middle, and a great shot there by Andrew Gerstenhaber. Wonderful feed there by Miller Merritt, hitting a cutter and just got a great shot on the ball, but unable to get that past the goalkeeper. So 33 seconds left in the clock. Bounce pass to Woods. Coming back over. That's Henry Leinart, 25 in the game for the first time. Coming down to Miller, looking to feed again. Over to Benton Gordon, who's got his head up. 15 seconds left. Miller Merritt's going to work on this right-hand side. 10 seconds. They have got to get moving on the shot clock. Over to Gordon, who puts a shot on it. Saved by the goalie. Shot clock violation here. They said that ball was not stopped by the goalkeeper. I thought it was. Either way, Alamo Heights with the ball. Good offensive possession there by the Highland Park Scots, able to get a good shot on goal. Alamo Heights able to get the ball over midfield, successfully clearing the ball with about 4 seconds left. J.D. Pierce out, extending very far out. Coming out of the box is Alamo Heights. Pierce out to meet him. Owen Smith helps on the double team, forces a tough pass. Thompson Brainer over there putting all sorts of pressure onto the Alamo Heights player. Up top we go. 23 is running down the right side, able to get a shot on Mack. It goes wide. Alamo Heights wins the run out. No shot clock reset. 14 seconds left to go. Luke Rudder with the ball on an island here. Big sweeping dodge, forces the rollback. Shot goes left. No shot clock reset. And Highland Park Scots win the run out. So excellent job by Owen Smith, Mac Brooker, and Thompson Brainer. There's Thompson with the spin move, able to leg this ball up. Miller Merritt unable to, that's Davis Buckroyd, unable to complete that pass. Highland Park Scots back on D. Pass is in the middle. It's going to be a big shot. Mac Brooker with the save. Thompson Brainer. So Highland Park Scots over there, throws it away. So stoppage of play here. The referee has asked the spectators to move away from the field. There was a lot of big hits there. Highland Park Scots on defense again. Ball is down. Owen Smith over there. Thompson Brainer over there. Big battle down low. Alamo Heights able to pick it up, and Mac Brooker with another save. And Alamo Heights in the goal. It was an absolute masterclass put on by Mac Brooker, having a phenomenal game. And we've got Thompson Brainer down. And so we've got a stoppage of play. There's 10 seconds. There's 10 seconds left for Highland Park to clear the ball. Mac's going to have to work this ball up, and he may have to run it through himself here. 5 seconds left to go. Mac's got to get it over. 2-1. He sends it over. Ball is loose. Ball is still loose. Woods Harbison's has got a shot. That is a push on White. So very physical game, getting pushed both ways. 6 minutes to go. Alamo Heights. Pass gets away from them. Owen Smith out to pick up the ball carrier. This is David Buckroyd up top. That's Ford Blevins in the game. Ford hasn't played much today. We talked about him being back in there for the first time. Mack with another great save. Owen Smith back to Mack. 10 seconds left. He's got him in the middle. Grady Gearing gets over there. Great job by Grady. We are in the box. Benton Gordon is up top. Finn Zelke's still on the field. It looks like he's now going to auto off. So he's off. And Anthony Dewhurst, number 15, checks in here with 4:49 left to go. Grady Gearing just absolutely puts high smoke into the top right corner, and your Highland Park Scots are up 4-2. Great shot by Grady Gearing. That is his second goal of the game, an absolute howitzer from the left-hand side, about 15 yards upfield, step down, hits it into the corner. So we've got two relatively fresh players, Ford Blevins, 24, and Hayes Hammock, number 8. We've got some fresh legs on the wings. The Highland Parks want to see if they can get this ball. Hayes Hammock in there, and Mac Brooker with another big save for your Highland Park Scots. Hayes Hammock running up the right side, gets pushed out of bounds. Hayes unable to get by that man there at the very end of the play there at the 45. So your Scotties are up 4-2 with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. Pass goes wide. It's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be Scott's ball. So Owen Smith, he's got a little hobble in his gait. He's had a knee injury, but he is back here, gutting it out. You can feel the tension in here in the stadium. You could cut it with a knife. It's absolutely palatable. Both teams are going after it. Mac Brooker's going to run it over midfield. And he's got some room now. He's going to shoot, and Mac... White is offsides. So Mac went down and had a shot. The goalkeeper stopped it. White was offside, so I was following the play in the front, but one of the attackmen there on the right stepped over, got a little confused with Mac, the goalie, running over the midfield line. So 30-second technical. Highland Park Scott's going to get it up, man, for 30 seconds. A fresh 80 on the clock, 3:44 to go, and in very good position here to knock off the number 1 seed from the Central Division. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast that the Highland Park Scots have come into the playoffs playing some of their best lacrosse of the season and have absolutely put together a gutty performance here against the number 1 seed Alamo Heights. Working it around under no rush here for the Scots. Miller Mayer is going to get a shot, and he sends it just wide. Miller had a great looking look and put a wonderful shot on the goal, and it just went wide. Here's Woods, and the deflection by the goalie. Good stop by the goalkeeper. Reset of the shot clock, and we are all even. Fresh 80 for the Highland Park Scots. They can run this down to about 1:40 left to go in the game. We'll see if they continue to attack the goal or whether they're going to back out and run the clock. I would think that they are going to run some clock here. Benton in a little bit of trouble under that pressure. Grady Gearing getting it over to Andrew Gerstenhaber. So there's Anthony Dewhurst runs into space. Very well done. Getting back to Anthony. So a good job here by the Scots, moving it around, killing clock. Again, using up clock is more important than scoring a goal at this point. Down to Anthony Dewhurst and back over there to Gerstenhaber, who's now going to work the right side. Low pass for Miller Merritt. Ball goes out of bounds. 2:15 left to go. The defensive package back in for the Highland Park Scots. That is Ford Blevins, who looks to be hobbled with a hamstring, but is absolutely putting on a gutty performance here for the Scotties. The coach is calling for them to get in the box and a timeout, and I think that's what's going to happen. So that's exactly what happens. 1:57 left to go. Scots up by 2, 4-2, and we will be back after this timeout. Okay, we are back. 1:57 left to go in the game for the Highland Park Scots Gold team. Alamo Heights to bring in the ball on the opposite side, 30. And here they come. Dodge down the right side. Luke Rudder gets the ball down. Fight on the far side of the ball for the ground ball. Alamo comes away with it. Passes it over. Good recovery for Highland Park. The shot goes wide. Thompson Brainer out to meet the ball. Is able to dislodge the ball. Finn moves it into Mac Brooker's stick, and your Highland Park Scots with the turnover. 1:24. Here's Thompson Brainer, one of our faster players. Able to clear the ball. And we get the ball into the box with 1:07 left to go. So your Highland Park Scots are up 4-2 with the ball with 59 seconds on the clock and 1:07 on the game clock. So they can hold this ball all the way to 8 seconds. So Highland Park here up by 2 goals with a minute 07 left in the game. 59 seconds on the shot clock. So Scotties can hold the ball until about 8 seconds to go in the game. Grady Gearing, the offensive player of the game, with the ball to bring it in. It looks like they're going to put a double team on Grady. And they are able to get the turnover. So Highland Park Scots with the turnover. Or excuse me, Highland Park Scots turn the ball over. Play is back in bounds, and it's out. Alamo Heights steps out of bounds and turns the ball right back over. So what's good for the Goose is good for the Gander. And both teams trading turnovers here late in the game. A very dangerous pass, and it's picked off. Passes down, and Alamo Heights puts it in. So 51.4 seconds left. The Highland Park Scots are up 4-3 against Alamo Heights. And a big face-off is going to come up for the Scotties. Spencer Woolery out to take the face-off. The Scots are up 4-3. Face-off is coming. Spencer had the clamp. He gets pushed off the ball. There's a battle for it coming back. And Alamo Heights wins the face-off. So 45 seconds left to go. Scots are up by 1. Finn Zelke has the ball. And it's going to be a timeout, Alamo Heights. So 35.7 seconds left to go. Highland Park Scots up 4-3. And it's going to be up to the defense to continue this stand that they've had for the entire second half. So I would expect Highland Park to come out in their man-to-man defense, and I would expect Alamo Heights to work the ball quickly. They're going to want to get a shot probably in the next 15 to 20 seconds because they're going to want an opportunity to either win the run out or get a rebound and another couple of passes and a redodge. So I would not expect them to hold it all the way till 10 seconds or so. I would expect them to look for a shot and then in the first 15 seconds here, spin it around, get a good dodge, and go ahead and put a shot on the cage if they have one, as they are going to get ready to, as I said, win the run out to get another opportunity or look for something in the middle, a trash goal, a pickup, a rebound, something along those lines. So it looks like Owen Smith is going to be out to guard the ball to start with. Highland Park extending their defense. Ford Blevins out there as well, number 24. And it's picked off by Owen Smith, who has the ball, has an opportunity to get it over to Ford Blevins, who does what he can to get the ball. And Owen Smith with another ball checked out. The ball is loose. A player is down. It's thrown. It's off the goalie's stick. And it's thrown back to the side. There's 8 seconds left. And Alamo Heights is in the crease. There's a little pushing and shoving going on. What a frenetic action this is. And I would expect Highland Park to walk this ball up with Mac Brooker until he doesn't have any more room, and then begin to chuck it up front. So there's Mac with the chuck. There's 2 seconds left. There's the bounce shot, and that's the game. Your Highland Park Scots win 4-3.